Tanessa.
Hi.
I'm Katie, and I'm going to be conducting the interview today.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you so much for coming in today. I really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure.
Good. We have about 15 minutes today, just so that we can get through everything. And I'm going to be taking a lot of notes, so please don't let that intimidate you. It's just so I can remember things. And then also, if you have any questions throughout the entire process, please feel free to stop me and let me know, okay?
Okay.
And feel free to ask anything.
Okay.
Perfect. All right.
Well, I did go ahead and print off
Oh,
a
perfect.
copy of my cover letter and my resume, and also there's some pictures
Oh,
of the work that I've done
awesome.
previously. So
Very
hopefully
cool.
that just kind of shows my
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah, we'll get to this in a minute whenever we talk about that, okay?
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, so just feel free to grab that whenever you're ready for that. Okay, so for training, let's talk about that.
Okay.
Do you have any previous experience in training?
I actually have not been formally trained.
Okay.
Everything that I do, I'm self-taught, a lot of YouTube videos, and a
Got
lot
it,
of practice.
YouTube. Right.
So that's where a lot of my technique comes from, is just trying and get a lot of perseverance.
Right.
A lot of perseverance.
Good. That's good
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
So tell me about your experience then. Here, you can show me these pictures then.
Yeah. So, I mean, I have a lot of weddings that I have done.
Okay.
So this was actually one of my first orders that I did. It was a double tiered cake.
Oh,
And
wow.
so,
Yeah.
that was actually a lot of fun, and it was filled, and so they really seemed to enjoy it. And
Good.
this next one, this is actually a baby reveal.
Oh,
I love
awesome.
baby reveals.
Yeah,
It's
so
so
much
much
fun.
fun. So, what I did is we had like all the different colors on top, and so
Mhm.
we did like the roses on
Right.
there, and then we did like the cute little shoes. So
Yeah,
it was a
it's
girl,
so
so that was
cool.
so fun. So I got to deal with like dyeing cake batter
Yeah.
and stuff, and learning about that. And then the next one is actually 2 different birthday parties I did. So my very first birthday order was for a Mickey Mouse like themed party.
Right, yeah.
So I did one of those smash cakes for him.
Awesome.
Well, it turned out so good that somebody else contacted me, but it was for her 1-year-old daughter. So then I
Okay.
just went ahead and did the same exact thing, but in a Minnie Mouse
Yeah,
version.
Minnie Mouse,
So that
right,
was like
yeah.
super successful too. So those are like some of my like favorite things that I've ever done.
Yeah.
There's a lot more. I do a lot of cupcakes too. I love doing cupcakes.
Cupcake, is that
But
your
those
favorite?
are absolutely.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, those are just some of the cakes that I did. So,
Very cool.
yeah.
Awesome. Those are wonderful. Okay. So what sparked your interest in cake decorating?
It's actually a really funny story. So my sister and my mom and I, we were always involved in baking and everything else. My
Mhm.
grandma always made homemade pies. My dad loved to make homemade pies. So baking has always been in the family.
Right.
But my sister, because we were always involved in 4-H, was technically the one that was involved, like interested in cake decorating. So I wasn't necessarily there helping with the tips and everything else, but I was more like outside with the cows and the pigs.
Right.
So I mean, but I was still like familiar with that.
Right.
So I'd be there with her practicing, and there'd be flowers all over the place, and there would be her cake, so she would be taking, and I would help her set it up. So then during college, I started making cupcakes for like work parties, and there was a birthday party that I did, but it wasn't anything like official, and people just kept commenting on how like pretty they were, and like, oh my goodness, you should start doing this more. So that led me into applying for another cake position, like cake decorator, and so I didn't unfortunately have the training that they needed, but that didn't stop me from continuing to learn new techniques. So that's like what I'm really excited about, is just knowing that I can, learn.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that sounds great. Okay. I can turn the page here. What would you say is the most rewarding part about being a cake decorator?
Honestly, I just love the reveal.
Yeah.
It's always so fun for them to actually see it. It's really satisfying for me, because then when I see their smile, I'm like, yes. They like it.
Right, exactly.
Because it's kind of nerve-wracking. Like, you think it looks good, but like, oh no, do they like it?
Right.
So it's always really exciting to see them come in, like, be really excited, and then in a couple days, I'll be like, oh my goodness, they were so good. So it makes me happy that I can make them something that they can have and enjoy. And plus, it just gives me the satisfaction to know that they actually like them,
Right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So do you mostly do it like word of mouth, or do you have like a website or anything that they can contact you through?
It's mostly word of mouth. My first clients, you could say, was basically just through my mom and all of her friends. She has quite a established base of friends on like Facebook.
Right.
So for the first couple ones that I did, she'd post, and then people became more interested.
Right. No, that's
so
cool.
then,
yeah.
So then I had business cards made, and so with each order, I'll be like, here, if you're interested, no
Right.
pressure, but here's a couple of them. If anybody is curious, let them know,
Yeah.
and they can give me a
Right.
call.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
that's mainly how that has worked so far.
So very like you've taken initiative of it and just going on. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I did start an Instagram page just for pictures.
Yeah.
And I do post on my Facebook page. I have like a little album, but nothing like official, like a website quite yet. Just because, again, I need that training, so that's why I'm here.
Right. Yeah. So we would love to train. All right. So, how would you handle like a rude or an unsatisfied customer?
Well, I don't really have experience in like the bakery aspect, but at my current job right now, I mean, that happens quite often. It's retail, so it happens quite often. Our main philosophy is that we need to make sure that they leave happy. So doing whatever is necessary within our means. Right. We're not going to give them the store for free. Right. But within our means, doing whatever we can for them to make them happy. So whether it's, I'm so sorry, here's 20% off your order. Or here's an additional, like let's say if we're baking cupcakes, I'm not sure exactly how that works for you guys, but here's an additional 6 cupcakes for free. I'm so sorry about that. And here's a coupon for next time.
Right, exactly.
So just making sure that they get what they initially intended for, and then going a little bit above and beyond to make sure that we're listening and caring about, oh my goodness, she had a awful experience, let's make this better for you.
Exactly. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I really like that. Okay, so please tell me about a time that you had demonstrated teamwork.
Well, actually, at my current job, it's all about teamwork. So, I mean, our workforce is basically known as a team, and our team members and everything else. So, when it comes to selling and so forth, it's what it's called like a pass-off. So, teamwork involves, so there's the fitting rooms, there's actually the sale floor, there's different areas of the store. So it's our job to work together to make sure that she's being able to see all these places, because we're not necessarily courting her. So, hey, I showed her this, copy Katie. Hey, so she's going to be in your zone, can you go ahead and make sure that she finds what she needs? And she may be passed along to like 4 different people, but she's still going to get a great seamless experience. And then moving up to the cash register, making sure that she has like a finalized experience leaving the store. So making sure she gets through, she gets to see everything she wants to without us being hindered, because we can't necessarily leave the area at all times. So that would be the main area of like the teamwork that we have in the store, is making sure that we communicate and we make sure that she's in every place that she needs to be.
So communication is very, very important in that, and I'm glad that you have those skills then too, it seems like. Just a second. Okay. So let's talk about the company a little bit. Okay, so can you tell me a little bit about what you know about our company?
So from what I can tell, you do a variety of events, and it looks like you have just like general bakery items as well, which I think is really cool. So I saw some of like your wedding cakes and stuff, and those are so pretty.
Yes.
It's amazing. But then I also noticed that you cater to events too.
Yes.
So I found that pretty interesting as well. I mean, I don't really personally like deliver anything, but from what I can tell is that people seem to really love you. And so I like always looked at your reviews and everything, and you have such a pretty storefront, such pretty cakes.
Thank you.
So that's what I've really noticed about your company.
Good, thank you. So you did mention that we do cater. Would you be interested and willing to travel?
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
I mean, within my means and depending on other things, but absolutely, I would love to do that.
Okay,
for you guys.
good.
Yeah.
So why do you want to work here?
Well, as I kind of stated before, I mean, again, I just love the work that you guys do, and it does seem like, because I've been in there before, I eat your stuff.
It is delicious.
So, I just really love the atmosphere of it, and again, I would love to get some more training, and I feel as if this would be a great opportunity for me too.
Definitely.
A great environment, and I understand I don't know everything, but I promise you I can learn. I am a quick learner.
Good.
Give me a couple tries and I'll do it. But yeah, I mean, it would be so much fun
Yeah.
work for you guys.
Okay, cool. Do you have any questions for me then?
I do have a couple questions.
Okay.
So, as I mentioned before, the catering. So,
Mhm.
how far do you guys normally travel for events?
It really kind of depends. If
Mhm.
the customer, we don't try to discriminate against anyone,
Right.
but if we have been working with this customer for a really, really long time, we're more willing to go a little bit further. But
Mhm.
typically we try to keep it within like our town, so like
Okay.
within Fort Wayne.
Okay.
If there's a place that's just a little bit out of Fort Wayne, then we'll go there. But
Okay.
it's usually around here.
And then another question was more like the scheduling hours. I wasn't
Yes.
sure if you're only right now hiring for mainly like early shifts or if
Mhm.
you're doing more evening shifts.
Right, and we're willing to work on you with you for all of that. A lot of the people who work here are willing to trade. It is more kind of you would just fill out your availability, and then we would kind of play around with it.
Okay.
We do schedule for 2 weeks, for 2-week time periods.
Okay.
So you'll have your schedule 2 weeks in advance. And if something doesn't work for you or anything like that, you can try and trade with someone, or we're usually pretty willing to work as long as we feel like you're not abusing it.
Right.
And then also one of the great things, I love it, is we have an app. And so you can log in on the app and it tells you like the next pay date, it tells you the next time you're scheduled, it gives you a chance to schedule something like a time away, like if you need like a day off or whatever, you can schedule just on your phone.
Okay.
So let's say you're at the doctor's and you just need to schedule something, like you know, you
Right.
schedule your next appointment.
Okay.
So it's all on the phone, it's all on your app. So it's super easy to just kind of make the schedule fit what you want. Like I said, we're very willing to work with you.
That's pretty similar to what I have now because
Yeah.
it's actually 4 weeks in advance. So I'm
Okay.
pretty used to like making sure that everything is requested.
Right, and I always
So-
have it made at least, like, I always have at least 4 weeks made out, but I only usually post up to 2 weeks.
Right, right. Okay.
So, but if you need to know those next 2 weeks, I can
Uh-huh.
usually work with you and let you
Okay.
know.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the final thing was I was just curious about the training experience. Like
Right.
what exactly do you offer? Is there anything I need to know before I go in?
Okay, so a lot of the times we just kind of, we'll watch you do stuff and we'll just kind of see what you know, what you don't really know. And then we will either do like an in-house training and you can just kind of job shadow us. And then like all of our people who work here are fantastic at teaching things. Everyone's super patient and willing to work with you. So we'll do like the job shadowing basically. If there's like a convention or something, because like sometimes little conventions will come around, and if you want to go to that, we'll send you to that, and you can learn all that from there. And so that's a lot of it is us personally taking the time to be like, oh hey, you don't know how to do this, come here and I'll show you how to do it. And so we're very willing to teach you everything that you need to know.
Okay,
So
awesome. That was just pretty much my general question.
yeah.
Because on the application it kind of showed what my availability was, but I just want to make sure I'm available for you guys because stuff can be moved around. So that's just my main questions right there. So.
Yeah, and like I said, we're really willing to work with you. And we also, if you have any questions, we're very family oriented here. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask any of us. Like we would be willing to help out too.
Yeah.
So all right, I think that pretty much wraps up everything that I have. Someone will. It'll most likely be me, but within like the next 2 weeks get back with you. We do have a couple more people that we're going to interview, but then you'll definitely hear back from us one way or another within about 2 weeks, okay?
Perfect.
Awesome.
Awesome.
So it was so nice meeting you.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. I
Yeah, you're
appreciate
welcome,
it.
and we'll be in touch, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.